What's up, everyone? All right, time for our midday market. Wait a second, we got to make a little change. That's better. It's a red day recap. Another red day. Second red day of the week. Well, I'm down $1,300 today, and I'm not going to sweat it too much. You know, $9,500 yesterday, minus $1,300 today. I guess that's all right. I'm still green on the week, so, you know, I can feel good about that. But man, the market was not easy today, and I ended up taking a couple of trades that really annoyed me, unnecessary losses. So even though $1,300 in the red isn't going to break me, it's not that big of a deal. You know, I'll live to trade another day. It's still a little disappointing. And the reality is, we've had slow markets since last week. Thursday, Friday, Monday, super slow. Yesterday, super slow except for like 2 good opportunities. And then today, really slow except for, again, actually 2 decent opportunities. One of them I fumbled, and the other one I only made a little bit on. So, you know, when you don't have a lot of opportunities, you really gotta capitalize when it's there. And if you mess up your hotkeys or you're just not quite focused, that one trade that could have saved your day, it's gone. So anyways, finishing the day in the red, but we'll break it all down in today's midday market recap. If you guys have any questions, any comments, leave them below. I'll come back through and answer them later today. All right, enjoy. What's up, everyone? All right, so we're going to do our midday market recap here and go over the trades from this morning. So finishing the day in the red, down $1,300, and I'm a little bit frustrated because I actually was never green today. I started with a $600 loss on AWX, and then I lost another 180 on IHT. Had one winner on INNT, had a loser on V-Ray, a winner on GBR, and was down $500. And then I'm in a meeting and I ended up taking a trade on AWX and losing another $600 on it. So I bought, as you can see, into this false breakout. So I'm just kind of annoyed. Whatever, market's just not, for me, really hot today. And I missed the nicest move on GBR because I had to go into this meeting. So, you know, this is where the life of, running a company sometimes gets in the way of my trading. I, missed that opportunity right there, up to a high of 340. But at the same time, made almost $10,000 yesterday, $9,500, and losing $1,300 today, relatively speaking, not a big deal. It's a relatively small loss. I didn't have any blowout trades, didn't exceed max size, followed all the rules there. Just not a lot of love in the market for momentum traders today. So, a little bit frustrating, but you got to kind of take it with stride and know that tomorrow is a new day. There's always going to be another trade coming around the corner. So. Just to look at the trades from this morning, very first trade on AWX, jumped into that right out of the gates. It was on our gap scanner, gapping up 9%, watching for continuation. I get in at 80. It hits a high of 82 and then it drops. Now, on this one, I was using my hotkey and I punched it a little late, and my hotkeys always have an offset, 5 cents above the ask, and I got filled to the top. So this was sort of just a bad fill. Because I realized I was getting a bad fill, I only pressed it once, and then I stopped out at 61 for, I guess, a $500 loss or whatever. IHT, not on the scanners, but not on the watch list pre-market, but hit our high a day momentum scanner. I see it squeezing up, and I'm like, all right, this thing looks interesting. So I jump in it. It squeezes from $1.82 up to a high of 207, and then look at this, comes all the way down to $1.40. That is a false breakout. Lost $183. Next trade was on INNT. Again, another one that was called out in the chat room. It pops up here. I bought on the 1 minute micro pullback, and look what happened. 1 minute micro pullback, and then this big red candle. Ugly, really brutal. So at that point, I was like, all right, this is not going to be an easy day. Basically, three bad trades in a row. I guess I made 155, but still, that wasn't a good trade. So now I've got 3 bad trades in a row. Next one was V-Ray. I jump into this one at $12. Let's see. I got in, where was it? Right. This one's so frustrating. It hit a high of $13.21. I got in right, where was it? I got in right here at 12. I stopped out on the drop to 1178, and then it breaks out and squeezes higher. Lost 700 bucks. So disappointing. Ends up, that I had the right idea, but I was in a little early and I didn't buy the breakout. I like to buy breakouts. That means when I get in, I expect instant resolution, and when it didn't happen, I wasn't happy. So took the loss on it, but keeping losses small is the name of the game. So I'm still up. Yeah, to answer your question there, Tommy, I'm still up over $50,000 this month. So still a great month. This just happens to be a red day. So lost on V-Ray. GBR pops up on the watch list here. It was squeezing up as it was consolidating right here at $1.86. I was like, okay, guys, this is worth watching. I'm not sure if it's going to break out, but definitely keep it on watch. And it ends up breaking out really nicely. I jump in at 3 for the break of 3 and sell on the move up to 320 for $705. I had a meeting that started at 10:30 promptly, which was right here. So I get out of the trade and I'm watching it during the meeting, and I'm like, I got to focus on this thing. And then you see here it pops up in another 20 cents. So nice move there. I missed it. I'm bummed I missed it, but it is what it is. And then I see AWX all of a sudden pop up and get halted. Resume, lower, squeeze up, halted twice in a row. I then got in up here for a break over the flat top of 427, and it rejected and dropped down. So I lost another 600 or 700 bucks on it. So just kind of annoyed. Again, this is a stock that made a big move today, but was right out of the gates, then came screaming out here, and I ended up just trying to ride continuation and getting stopped out. So it is what it is. For me, not the easiest day of trading. Some days, are really hot and we can see great opportunities. Other days are a little cold, a little slower, and it's just about trying to preserve your capital as much as you can. Capital preservation, it really is a big part of what we do. There will be days where this is just not a day to be aggressive. Tuesdays usually are when the Deadliest Catch is on. This week is Shark Week, so Deadliest Catch was not on this week. But one of the things that you'll see them do is they're going to be more aggressive about setting tons of pots and using lots of bait when the fishing is strong. They're going to be more likely to work 24-hour, 36-hour long shifts when the fishing is hot. But remember, there's a cost of pushing that hard. There's a cost on the crew, a cost of the bait, a cost on the engine, a cost on the fuel. And you're not going to do that when the market's not strong. You're not going to do that when fishing is cold, right? There's no value in it. And so with trading, you kind of have to think the same way. It's like, all right, you know what? Today's a day that the market's not that hot. It's better for me to preserve my capital, not use up commissions, not churn shares, not expose myself to an unnecessary risk. Because anytime those guys are out on the deck, there's risk that someone could get hurt. So you're going to risk someone getting hurt when the fishing is horrible? No, don't push them that hard. You push them that hard when the reward is worth the risk. So, that's what we're doing every day. It's risk analysis. And I'm just happy that, even though it's a red day, and I'll mark it on my calendar here, it's not a blowout. This month, knock on wood, because we still have 4 days left in the month, but this month I haven't had blowout losers. The biggest red day was $3,600, which since that's all right, that's very funny. I'm going to go ahead and do you a favor and send you on your way. Let's see. I'm just going to send that over to our team. So let's see. Support. Boom. All right. Sorry, buddy. So anyways, I'm really happy that I haven't had any big blowout days. It's just been, a couple red days, but nothing that serious, and then some really good green days. So life is good, and, we're going to keep it going. First thing tomorrow morning, 9:15, We'll see if we can find some good opportunities. AWX, it was one of the bigger movers today, but it wasn't totally expected. It kind of, was a little bit choppy at the open, and then it really opened up. So I'm hoping tomorrow we see something that, is a little bit stronger right out of the gates, and gives us a quick opportunity. Usually Wednesdays are pretty good for me, so this is kind of surprising to have a red day on a Wednesday. Just writing this in my calendar here. It's the 135th day of the year, but I guess it's just the way it is today. Just a little bit of a slower day. Really, I would say it's kind of been slow for the last week. Thursday was slow. Friday was slow. Monday was slow. Yesterday, I was slow except for one trade. One good trade. And then, today is slow again. So maybe we are in a little bit of a slow patch, and the best thing to do is just try to keep the risk minimal. I'm going to keep my share size maxed at 7,500 shares for right now. So under trading, under warnings, I go, you see 7,500 is the max size. So keeping the limit. Now I can do two things. I can warn at, or I can do not allow at. I leave it at warn at, but that just seems a little bit safer. Oh, I had a question from someone on YouTube about how I get this to look different when I'm highlighted on it. So you'll notice that the color is brighter green when I'm highlighted on my level 2. So if you're in Lightspeed, you can click on the little widget right here, this little settings button. You can click on that and you can go into design, and then you can change level 2 design and font colors. I customized, right down to the way I like the font to look. I mean, I have a very specific way that I like this to look. It's got to be Arial, it's got to be bold, it's got to be 12 point. Just think, you get used to what you're used to. Imagine if I start, reading level 2 like this. We do a little kind of like, old time America style. You get used to what you're used to. So if it's what you like, it's fine, but you can totally customize this to look, whatever makes sense for you. So I'm just going to go back in here. I guess I won't save these changes, but I leave it at Arial. I like it at bold. I like to be able to see what I'm looking at. And then, let's leave it at that for now. And then on active, you can change the color. So here, if I wanted to, I could make the first row be, purple, and then that makes it even more obvious which one is active, right? This is the one I'm looking at. So we'll go back in here to design, level 2. I'm going to change this font again up to Arial. There we go. So yeah, you do that, and it becomes very clear which one, you're highlighted on, right? See, as I move to the highlight, that prevents you from having an accident, because here's the thing: this is the one that the hotkeys are going to work on. If you're wanting to buy this, you need to be selected on this one. Otherwise, it doesn't work. All right. So yes, it's very common that that the sell button is also the short button. So if you press sell here and you don't have a position, you'll go short. So that's typical. Some platforms use a buy button and a sell button, and then a short button and a cover button. But to me, that is just kind of silly. It's really not necessary. I don't know why you'd really want that. All right, does that look? Yeah, that looks about right. This purple color is actually like horrible for reading. So you got to test out which colors work best. Anyways, I'm not going to save this. I'm just going to say, nope, don't save those changes. And it'll be back the way it was tomorrow morning. All right, so any other questions that you guys had from the last couple days? I don't know if there's any others that I missed on YouTube. Let me just take a peek. Someone asked how I was going to find my trade ideas this morning. As always, it's using the gap scanner right here, or switching to the high-day Momo scanner. Those are the two that I'm watching the most closely, really watching them all day long. So how do I move so quickly from trade ideas to Lightspeed? So that's a good question. Now, this is the process for me. When I see a stock hit the scanner, the first thing I do is I type the symbol here, IHT. I press enter, and while it's loading, 1 second, 2 seconds. Takes like 2 seconds, sometimes 3 seconds to load. While it's loading, my mouse is coming down here to Lightspeed to type in the symbol a second time. So you got to be fast on the keys, right? This right here. I wear when I'm not trading. I'm wearing gloves. I'm wearing padded gloves because God forbid anything happens to these money makers, I'm in trouble. So I just quickly switch from e-signal down to Lightspeed. I type in the order, the symbol really quick, IHT, and then I'm looking at the level 2. I look back at the chart. Chart looks good. Level 2 looks good. I'm seeing buying, and boom, boom, boom. I'll jump into it. So that's for me my process. I don't click anything up here. I just look at the symbol. So I hear. We'll do the next one. So I hear Boeing. Oh, AWX. Boom. AWX. Boom. Okay, I'm looking at it, looking at the chart. I might mouse over to see, what's high a day? It's 43. But here's the cool thing. Even though my mouse is up here, I have my mouse over e-signal, but this is still the one that's in focus. So if I press Shift 1 right now, I'm gonna buy. So I can go over here and I can quickly see, this is high a day, and then I can start pressing Shift 1, Shift 1, Shift 1 with my hotkeys. So it's very quick. It's muscle memory. Once you get it down, it's just, you just know what you're doing. So that's pretty much what it is. Let's see. All right, so yeah, I guess that's about it for today. We'll be back at it first thing tomorrow morning. Hopefully we see some good opportunities. And again, any of you guys that did have questions, feel free to put them down below on YouTube or Facebook, and I'll come back and answer them later on. All right, I'll see you guys all first thing tomorrow morning. If you're still watching, you must have really enjoyed that video. So why not subscribe and get email alerts anytime I upload new content? Remember, when you subscribe, you become a member of the Warrior Trading family.